First of all, I ask you to switch on your videos because I need to see you. I don't like to talk into the black screen. Okay, so we have only 23 people while we need in your group, we need 55. Okay, but let's hope that other people arrive later. I kindly ask everybody to switch on your videos. So far, I can see only Kirill, Vladislav, and Simone. We have 25 people. Half. I don't know if others arrive or not, but it's time to get started. Please switch on your videos. Nikolai, Fedor, Nadezhda, Daniil, Sofia, please switch on your videos. I will share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Great. Okay. So people continue to arrive, so I have to let them in. Okay, let's start. Let's start with the presence list. When I call you, please tell me that you are here, and please tell me your preferred song, okay? Alexeyenko Yulia. Alexeyenko Yulia is not here. Gerasimov Daniil. Klachko Maxim. Is it your group? Yes or no? Dyshekova Ariana. No. Levintseva Veronika. No. Tkachenko Mark.
Maybe it's wrong group.
I don't know. This is the list that I got from student office. Alexeyev Anton. No. Afanasyev Kirill.
It's me.
Your preference song?
Alexeyev Anton is here.
Alexeyev Anton, I can't see you, Anton. I still can't see you.
What I need to answer?
And Afanasyev Kirill, you need to tell me your preferred song.
Preference what? I'm sorry.
Preferred song.
Песня?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe.
You're puzzled with it because, you know, we have a course of behavioral economics and it's about preferences. So, I need to know your preferences.
Beatles yesterday, maybe.
Okay, good. Bulgakov Matvey? No. Vasiliev Fyodor? Now, please tell to your peers that that presence is not included into the assessments. We'll discuss the assessment methods today. However, you can, if there are a lot of, if you miss a lot of lecture and a lot of seminar, you'll receive negative points for this, because, yeah, so the presence is important. The presence is crucial. Garmanova Vera? No.
That's me. I'm here.
Where?
No, I'm here. Yeah.
Vera?
Yeah. Hello.
I can't see you.
I'm here.
You know what I would
Hello.
ask? I kindly ask you, when I call your name, you raise your hand on Zoom, No, on Zoom. If you raise your hand on Zoom, it means that your picture, your video goes up and I can see you. Can you do it, please? Like this, like Fedor did. Yes.
And now?
Vera, now, yes, but I can't see you. Yes, now, perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. So, Vera, what is your preference song? Vera?
Queen. Is it a bad line?
What?
Are you hear me?
Now, yes.
Okay, my best song is Queen. I want to break free.
Okay, good. Thank you. Горя Artemi? No. Dain Joseph? No. Dagot Ignat? No. Долгих Николай? No.
I'm here.
Where? Raise your hand. In Zoom. Nikolai? Great. And I can't see you. Switch on your picture. Nikolai? Nikolai, I can't see you. Okay. Дружинина Анастасия? No. Ергин Кирилл? No. Жучков Дмитрий? No. Иванова Светлана? No. Исламов Даниил? No. Кабаненков Николай? No. Караев Олег? No. Коновалов Владислав? No. Коновалов Владислав? I can't. Perfect. There's somebody. Vladislav, tell me please your the mark of Vladislav. I lost you. Raise your hand again, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me your preferred car. Do you have preferences? Some preferences for cars?
Of course, Ferrari. Can you hear me in my Ferrari?
Ferrari.
Yes, I said.
Perfect. Yeah. Do you have one?
Maybe in future.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
Krasnov Ivan? No. Yes, but I can't see you, Ivan. Ivan? Tell me, please, what is your preferred song?
Song?
Yes.
Maybe Some song of Led Zeppelin.
Okay, thank you. Кузовкова Владислава. Yes.
I'm here.
Vladislava, please tell me what is your preferred dish?
Dish. It's complicated. Well, maybe pizza. I don't know.
Okay. Kuchkov Dmitry.
I'm here.
Can you raise your hand?
Yes.
Dmitry, what is your preferred car?
Hyundai.
Hyundai. And you don't like Ferrari?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't.
Why?
Just don't like the style of the car.
Good, thank you. Hitmanov Ivan. No. Lashkov Leonid. Could you please switch? I can't ask everybody to switch on your videos because otherwise it's too difficult for me to follow, you know, the class. Lashkov Leonid.
I'm here,
Raise
but
it.
I don't know how to raise my hand.
You know, you go down in the Zoom and you have different options.
But I don't have the option to raise my hand.
Okay, ask your peers, but now I found you, I can see you. But it's easy, you just click on the button and that's it. Leonid, what is your preferred song?
I think I'll pick up Abba, The Winner Takes It All.
Okay, old style. Good, thank you. Lamakian Artemi.
I'm here.
Where? Raise your hand.
I raised it.
No, you didn't. In Zoom, raise your hand in Zoom.
I raised it. I see no. Again.
No.
I don't know why. Maybe you have different versions of Zoom, and because Artemi has other color of hand than others.
Now Artemi, now I can see you. Yeah, Artemi, perfect. Artemi, tell me please, what is your preferred dish?
Maybe pasta.
Pasta. Okay, so you all like Italian kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Good. Makova Nadezhda. Nadezhda, what is your preferred song?
Maybe Hotel California, Eagles.
Okay, good, thank you. Maximtseva Anna. Anna is here. Mamatkulov Atabek. No. Martianov.
Just a second, I'm here.
Atabek?
Yeah, I'm raising my hand. Yeah, I'm here.
What is your preferred song?
I can't tell particularly, but it is something from a lo-fi playlist. But I ain't got something particular.
Thank you. Martianov Mikhail. Not here.
Well, I'm here.
Martianov Mikhail, you are here.
Yeah. Good morning.
And whom you have behind you?
It's Ultimatum.
Mikhail is here. Okay. Mironov Mikhail. Mikhail,
I'm here.
you are here. Tell me why you decided to study economics.
Some of my friends advised me to, and I thought that it would be a great idea to do so. So I ended up being here, and I'm glad that I made the choice.
Okay, thank you. Miroshin Pyotr. Not here. Petrova Екатерина. Not here. Покровская Valeria.
I'm here.
Ekaterina is here. Ekaterina, and you are happy with your choice of studying economics?
Yeah, I'm truly happy with it. I like study math and social disciplines, so it's a perfect choice for me.
Okay, great. Покровская Valeria.
I'm here.
Valeria. Tell me, Valeria, what is your preferences between Honda and Ferrari? Which car would you buy?
Hyundai, I think.
Why?
I don't like Ferrari. I don't know.
Okay. Popov Nikolai.
Hello, I'm here.
Nikolai, and what are your preferences between pasta and pizza?
Well, personally, I don't like both of those meals, so it's hard to tell, but let it be pasta.
So you don't like Italian dishes?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Потихонов Андрей. Not here. Рощупкин Руслан. Not here.
I'm here.
Ruslan is here. Ruslan, tell me, do you have a car?
I don't.
And would you like to have one?
Yes, I do.
And which one would you buy?
I don't know, maybe Porsche.
Porsche.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And where do you plan to work?
What?
Where?
Where what?
Where do you plan to work? Do you plan to open your own business or to work in some
I haven't thought about that.
Okay. Let's continue. Sarkisyan Karen.
It's me. Hello.
Raise your hand, please.
I don't know how to do it. Can you see me right now?
No. Now, yes.
Okay. I see only reactions. I don't know how to raise hand.
You. Okay. Ask your peers for next time, please.
Okay.
Safyanov Mikhail. Safyanov Mikhail. Not here. Suslova Maria. Maria. Suslova Maria. Wait. Maria is here. Maria, tell me, what is your preferred song?
I like Yami by Destiny.
Okay, thank you. Tarasova Sofia. Not here.
Good morning, I'm here.
You are here. Sophia, and why did you decide to study economics?
It is the only normal direction for my set of subjects, which I...
What are your set of subjects?
Mathematics, Russian language, English, and I don't remember what else, frankly speaking.
Timofeeva Darya. Timofeeva Darya is here or not? No. Titov Vladislav.
I'm here.
Great, thank you. Tsvetkova Darya.
I'm here.
Where?
Do you see
Yeah,
me?
yes, I can see you. Thank you. Yakushina Tatiana.
Yes, I'm here.
Yakushina Tatiana is here, but I can't see you, you know, because you have bad light.
Because my roommate is sleeping and I'm in a dormitory.
What?
My roommate is sleeping and I can't turn the light.
Yeah, but you can come to the office.
Well, I'll do it next time.
Yeah, please do it. Пахомова Диана. Пахомова Диана. Not here. Ковалевская Евгения. Ковалевская Евгения, not here. Villa Simone.
Yes, I'm here.
Where? Okay, I can see you. You have you already arrived to St. Petersburg?
Yes, on Sunday I will be in St. Petersburg.
So you haven't.
No, I don't. Yes, I'm in Italy now.
And what are your preferences between pizza and pasta?
I think pasta.
Okay. Virdis Salvatore. Not here. And Lee Da-jong. Not here. Okay, guys. So we spent quite a lot of time for this. So please let's try next time to do it quickly. Can you still see my slides?
We can.
Great. So, and now you can see how I switch slides, right? Right?
Yes.
Great. So our course is Introduction to Behavioral Economics. Let me very briefly introduce myself. My name is Tatiana. You can see my email. And if you have some questions, you can write me an email. So I also would like you to introduce yourself, but let's do it on seminar. We have very short course of 6 lecture and 6 seminars. So this is really an introduction to behavioral economics. You don't have to expect a lot, but I hope that I will be able to give you some idea of what behavioral economics does. So we have lectures online and we have seminars offline in room 255. We have seminars on Tuesday, but next Tuesday 7, I'm not available. So this course is cancelled and we'll find later where to replace it, because so far it's very difficult to find an available slot, but we will find it later, no worries. The course is in English, so you are supposed to speak in English. I would like to ask, is there anybody for whom English is a problem, who doesn't understand English, who doesn't feel comfortable to talk in English? Please raise your hand if this is the case. Is there anybody? Daria Tsvetkova.
What? Why me?
Because I asked 5 times to switch on your videos and you didn't. That's why I asked you. Do you feel comfortable with English, Daria?
I do.
Great. So I see that there is no problem for anybody. That's great. But still, let me say that if it's really a problem for you and if you don't feel comfortable to talk in English, you always can ask questions in Russian and I will translate. So on the slide, you can see our main handbook of Cameron, Advances in Behavioral Economics. So if you have spare time and you don't know what to do, you can find this book in the library, or you can download it in electronic form and read it. So it will be very useful. But in general, I will give you all the materials that you will need to be successful in this course. So yes, what else?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Will you upload those slides somewhere? We can download them.
I will, yes. Do you have? I'm not very comfortable with uploading on your platform. Do you have your group email?
Yes, I think so.
can you write me right now in Zoom, in this Zoom chat?
Okay.
Yes, I can see it. I think I have two groups here.
Yes.
Great. So let me write it down. Okay, so I will send you on your email. I will send you today all the materials you need.
Thank you.
Can you see me? Can you? Sorry.
Yes, Simone?
How it works with the email group?
I think you just need to ask your peers the password for this email and you can access it, right?
Okay. And how can I know if I'm group 1 or group 2?
I think you are not in either group 1 or 2, but I think that it's no problem if somebody from this group, if people from this group allow you to access one or another one.
Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
If you encounter some problems with this, just let me know and find a way. You can just.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So then, the High School of Economics doesn't have a license for Zoom, and so we have only 40 minutes. When 40 minutes end, just enter in Zoom again with the same link, okay? I hope that it will work, because usually it works. If it doesn't, I will send you a link again to this email that you have just gave to me, okay? This is important, because in 10 minutes it will stop, and you just enter with the same link. And I ask you, please, who did it? Okay, so I ask you I asked you to switch on your videos, because believe me, it's very difficult to talk into a black screen when I can't see you, when I don't understand what you are doing. Are you listening to me or not? Please, if it's not too difficult for you, switch on your videos. So this is introductory remarks. Now let me talk a little bit about my teaching philosophy. So I believe that a teacher, me, is not, you know, the sage on the stage who's talking like this and everybody just listening. I believe that a teacher is a guide by the side. So I guide you to understand the material that I teach you. So my role is kind of scaffolding. In every teaching process, whatever you learn, the learning process is central. So, but learning process, it's your responsibility. I cannot just give my brain to you. You have to understand the material by your own, okay? And my role is to help you to understand the material. And that's why I believe that learning process should be active, and I want you to be active during the class. I want you to ask as many questions, as many comments as you have. And also from my side, I try to organize you to think and to work during the class, especially during this online class that I don't like. I don't think it is effective. But this is the restrictions that we have, unfortunately, right now, and we have to follow. So what you have to expect from this class is that during the lecture, also of course during the seminars as well, but also during the lecture, you will be supposed to work actively. So I will put you in breakout rooms in Zoom and you will work. So expect to work during this class. Also, I believe that students are individuals and not just brains on the stick. So that's why I ask you about your preferences. I ask you why you decided to study economics. What do you expect from studying economics? So I'm trying to create the environment in which everybody feels comfortable. Everybody feels comfortable to share their ideas, to ask their questions, to share their disagreement. If you disagree with me, please feel free to tell it. I'm absolutely comfortable with it. And I want you to be comfortable with whatever you want to say. This is very important, and I'd like to pay your attention. Whatever you want to say, just say, okay? Whatever language you want to use, just use. If you want to talk in Russian, I will translate, this is no problem. The important thing is you actively participate in the class and that you learn something from this course. Okay, and I truly believe that students have to enjoy the learning process. So if you don't enjoy the class, you don't have to come. Okay, so that's my teaching philosophy, and this is how I plan to organize my class. So now let's talk about assessment methods. We will have a final written exam at the end of a course that will account for 40% of your grade. During this exam, you will have multiple choice questions and open questions. So this is 40% of a grade, and 60% of a grade you receive before the exam. You receive for participation in class. So there are two things. There is in-class participation that accounts for 20%. So how does it work? Just, I have your list with me. You can see it. Can you see the list, or you see still my slides? Tell me.
We see the presentation.
Yes.
You still see my slides. Yes, this is how I did it. But on my computer, trust me, I have your list of your names, and as soon as you tell me something, if I ask question or if I don't, just you say something and you get 5 points. Okay? Then during the class, we will have some project work, some homework at home, in class project, working in breakout rooms. So if you do something, you receive additional points. Okay? So
Is it about lectures or seminars?
I talk about both lectures and seminars. In both lectures and seminars, you say something, 5 points. You work in groups, additional points. For each task, I will tell you how many points you can get. Another important thing, if you don't want to go to exam, if you are satisfied with your accumulated grade, there is no exam for you. So you receive your accumulated grade, becomes your final grade. Okay? So if you don't want to go to an exam, this is your interest to work actively in class. Any questions?
How are the points converted into?
Yeah, this is a good question. So it will be many tasks. For each task, I will tell you how many points this task has, but in general, my plan is that the maximum is 100 points that you can get during the class. So 100 points. Then if you go to an exam, this 100 point converted to 60 points, and then you can receive additional 40 points at exam. Okay? Okay, then what you're supposed to do during this course. So first of all, you are supposed, as I have already told, you are supposed to actively participate, to actively listen, and to do all the exercises that I offer you to do. Then, another important point, and I pay your attention to this because it's really crucial, you will be supposed to read scientific papers. When I taught this course previously, I made kind of mistakes. So first, I gave to students some materials, and students found these materials very easy, and they told me your class is very easy. And then during the second part of the class, I gave to students scientific papers, and they found it's too difficult, and they told me, you know, this part is too difficult. So now I want to mix it up. So from the very beginning, your first homework, today homework, will be to read and to work with a scientific paper. Do you have an experience to read scientific papers?
Yes, we do.
Do you?
Not much, but we do have. an experience.
Nikolai, can you share with us what paper you have read recently?
It was not so recently. It was during the last studying year on our scientific seminar. We worked in groups, and every group was supposed to make an analysis of one serious scientific article.
But you don't remember the author, the name of the paper?
I can only remember the topic.
Tell me the topic.
Okay. Personally, I with a few of my mates, we read the article about game theory, about Cournot and Bertrand equilibriums. So, and everything.
Thank you. Thank you.
About
And
that.
how did you find it easy? Did you find it difficult to read, to work with a scientific paper?
Personally, for me, it wasn't very easy. It took some time to read and to understand it, but it was okay because the topic was somehow known for me, because previously we studied the linked topic during our game theory lectures and seminars. So
Okay, thank you, Nikolai. So we'll read quite a lot of papers, and you'll be supposed to work actively to read carefully these papers. And let me say why I think it's important, because you know what we're trying you to learn, we are trying you to learn to think, and we're trying to teach you how to ask a question, a research question, and how to answer to this research question. And that's what you are doing. That's what you are doing at research seminar. That's what you are doing writing your thesis. And I observe that many students encounter a lot of problems with their thesis because they don't understand. It's very difficult for them to ask a research question, to pose the research question, to find a methodology, and to answer to these research questions. So there are students who are very good with learning subjects, learning mathematics, economics, everything, but they're puzzled with doing research. And this is quite important. This is, I would say that this is crucial for higher education, to learn how to ask a question and how to answer this question. Because whatever you go to work, if you do your own business, or you go to work to a company, or you go to work to higher education, whatever, that's what you will be supposed to do. That's what you have to learn to do. That's why I plan to pay attention to this during this course. So during this course, you will not be supposed to do your own research, but reading papers of others, you'll be supposed to understand how the research should be done. And I would like to pay quite a lot of attention to this. So please be prepared from the very beginning. I would like to underline this. Be prepared that you will be supposed to read scientific papers. And another point, I want you to think during this course. I don't want you just to learn some models, some theorems, and others just to learn and to tell me that you learned it. I want you to think how these materials that you are studying is related to your future, to your personal future and your professional futures. So I want you to understand, and at the end, during the exam, for those who go to this exam, I will ask you why you will have these questions, how this particular paper or theorem or model is useful for you, for your professional or personal future. This is the third point. And the final point is that you will be supposed to work in groups. I know that always there are some students who don't like it. There are students who prefer to work alone. Are there such students here who prefer to work alone? Tell me. Karen, do you prefer to work alone or in groups?
No, it's not about me.
Good. Kirill, do you prefer to work alone or in groups?
No, I prefer to work in groups because it's more productive, I think.
Yeah, I also believe it is more productive, and a part that is more productive, it allows you to, to develop your skills and your abilities to work in group. Because believe me, it's not easy to work in groups because there are positive sides. There are when you work in groups, there are people who have different skills. For example, I don't know, in your case, a case of a student group, there are some people who are better in English, easy understand. They read in English text. There are other people who are better in mathematics and easy understand mathematical models. There are people who with better presentation skills, so you can really get more productive. But there are negative sides. For example, there are always free riders who don't want to do anything, and this is quite dramatic for others, and this is difficult to handle this. But I want to tell you that whatever you do in your life, wherever you go to work, you will always work in groups, and you will always have these problems of working in groups. So I want you, during this course, I want you to develop your abilities, your skills to working in groups, because this is very important for your future. So be prepared to work in groups. For every task, during lecture and during seminars, you will work in groups. So here, during the lecture in breakout rooms, during the seminars, so I will split you, I'll divide you in groups. At home also, every homework will be in groups. So I'm talking about groups of 5, 6 people, but if you have some special preferences, if you for some reason you want to work in a group of 4 or 7, we can discuss it. But so I'm quite flexible with it, but I would say I would prefer you to work in groups of 5, 6 people. So now, Ruslan, you have a question?
Yeah, you will divide us, or we can choose like our teammates.
No, you will divide by your own. So I will ask you to split yourself in your group according to your preferences. So now I want you to fill one small questionnaire, and I will give you the link, and I hope that it will work. Let's try. I prepared a link, so I put it in the chat. Please tell me if you go to this link, does it work? Can you see the questionnaire? Please tell me.
Yeah, it works.
Yes.
Perfect. So please fill the form. It's very short form, so you need 2-3 minutes to fill it.
Is it crucial that I will fill this form with my own mail?
What do you mean your own mail? Do you have? Yeah,
I think it's impossible to use Microsoft account in Google, I think.
Okay.
I don't really need, you can, if you want, you can. I wanted to collect your emails also on this form, but you already gave me your group email. So yeah, so if you don't want to share your personal mail, I'm fine with it.
What should we write in the gap about field of study?
Your field of study? Because you are from different field of studies, as far as I understand, no? Okay. What is your field of study, Kirill?
Maybe it's business economics?
Yes, if it's your field of study, write this. Okay, so far I got 8 responses. We are waiting for others. So we have 23 responses and we are 26, so we wait for 3 more responses. Okay, we're done. Now let me stop sharing my screen and do it again because I want you to show the results. Can you see my screen with responses?
Yes.
So okay, so let's see. Yeah, we have more males than females. That's quite new for me because usually it's the opposite. So we have young people. This is very good. So because when you're young, your brain works well. We have most people from economics and other fields related to economics. So economics, but everybody is from economics. It's either business economics, mathematical economics, but but something related to economics. So you are all economists. Then I asked you whether you heard about basic concepts in behavioral economics, and what can we see? We can see that most people have never heard, but still there are somebody who did. There are somebody who did heard about this concept and even can explain what it means. Who can explain what it means, sunk cost?
I can.
Cool. Raise your hand, please.
1 second.
Fyodor, go ahead.
Okay, so sunk costs is, as I understand, it's a psychological effect when you have invested a lot of time, effort, money, resources into something, but it didn't work out, but you still want to get return on your investments, so you keep investing in this project, even though it would be wiser to drop this project and cut your losses.
Yeah, perfect. That's can you give an example, Fyodor?
Well, suppose you started a business and it's not really profitable, and you get losses in each quarter, and but you still keep investing your time and money trying to break even, but in the end you have to default.
Yeah, this is a good example, Fyodor. Thank you very much. You perfectly understand this concept. So another example is, for example, you invested your time in studying economics. You invested 4 years in studying economics, and then you understand, you realize that you hate economics and you don't work to work in this sphere, but you continue to work thinking, well, but what to do? I have invested so much effort, so much time for this. And really many people behave this way. Okay, so let's see. What else we have? Are you willing to improve your critical thinking skills? Most people do, but there are somebody who doesn't, or who doesn't know. What do you expect from this course? What do you expect? Let's see. So you expect what I have said. That's good. To work in groups to learn something. To don't have expectations. Interesting. We usually only know the names of upcoming courses. I hope it will teach some valuable concepts, gain more knowledge, think better, expect to make myself familiar concept, have fun. This is very important. Yeah, if you expect to have fun, you made the right choice, because I also want you to have fun, and I really believe that only if you have fun you can learn something. My understanding. Okay, it's very good that some of you have some expectation, and I can see that your expectations are coincide of what I plan to do, so that's very good. So let me now return to my slides. Can you see my slides now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Simone, can you tell me why do you think this is important for you to know the background of your peers? So what we have just done, we have done this small survey, and I demonstrated to you the average information, so you can have an idea of where is your place comparative to others. For example, if you're familiar with all the concept and most of others don't, or another way, why do you think it's important for you to have this information?
From the surveys, I saw that the situation is the same for me and the other. I think the concept that I know are the concept that the other know from the survey. And I think that is important to to know this fact because I can feel myself on the same level.
Because you can feel yourself on the same level. And Nikolai, is it important for you to know the background and expectations of your peers?
I think so. From those surveys, I can see some paradoxes which I don't know, or something which I know. So I can compare my level to the levels of others and understand what should I study or what should I pay my attention to.
Okay, yes, you're right. That's great. So why is it important for the teacher? It's clear it's important for me to understand whether the group is homogeneous or heterogeneous in order to adjust my planning and my course. Why is it important for you? You also you should understand that the material that the teacher gives to you is more or less the same. And if you see that your level is very down, you have to expect that you will need to work more than others, or vice versa. So it's really important to you, for students and for the teacher, to understand the background of the group. So now, why do we need to study behavioral economics? What is behavioral economics, and why we need to study? So behavioral economics is quite a new discipline, and just on the next slide I plan to make a short excursion to the economic history of this subject. But the main idea of behavioral economics is that we study the behavior of people in order to increase the explanatory power of economics by providing it with more realistic psychological foundations. And why do we need to explain to increase the explanatory power? In order to make better predictions and suggest better policy. As you may know, the main critiques of economists is that we make wrong predictions. So we cannot predict crisis, we cannot predict behavior of governments, we cannot predict behavior of firms. So that's what the behavioral economics is trying to do, trying to incorporate the more realistic psychological things that are not on place in neoclassical economics in order to make better predictions about the behavior of firms, the behavior of government, the behavior of everybody, of individuals, and suggest better economic policy. Here, I would like to underline, to pay your attention on the fact that we do not reject neoclassical approach that you use at other courses, like equilibrium theory, utility maximization approach. We don't reject this. We just test predictions that are used in these models that you study in other courses. And if we find that these predictions are wrong, we suggest new predictions. And this way, we're able to improve economic models. Okay, so that's important to understand. We do not reject neoclassical economics. Sometimes people say, okay, you're doing experimental economics, you don't believe in neoclassical economics. That's not the case. We just want to improve neoclassical models in order to make better predictions and suggest better policy. So that's the important point that you have to understand. Now let me tell you that behavioral economics is quite a new field. And 30 years ago, for example, even at year 90 of the last century, the behavioral economics did not exist as a field. This is a very new subject. This is a very new direction, but the important thing is that the field is new, but ideas that are used are not new at all. So they are old ideas. For example, if we take the book of Adam Smith of 1759, so it's written 200 260 years ago, quite a long time ago, there is a book, The Theory of Moral Sentiment. This is another important book of Adam Smith. I guess you all know another book called The Wealth of Nations of Adam Smith, right? This is another book of Adam Smith, also very important. And in this book, he says, he wrote, we suffer more when we fall from a better to worse situation than we ever enjoy when we rise from a worse to a better. This is, this is a very interesting and important idea that is called loss aversion, that we'll discuss a lot during this course. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask. I forgot who liked Ferrari. Who liked Ferrari? I forgot. Sorry.
I like Ferrari a lot.
Who? Ruslan?
Not Konovalov. It's me.
No, raise your hand.
Okay. It's me.
Vladislav. Sorry. There are so many students, and
Yeah.
Vladislav likes Ferrari, and imagine that you finish your studies, you got a great job, and you buy a Ferrari, and you have an accident with your Ferrari. How will you feel about it?
Feel about it? I would better think about my health because car is just a car, and I already have 10 more Ferraris at my garage, at my house in California, of course.
Okay, so you will feel happy with it, just a car?
Not really happy, but I won't mind about it. I'd better think about my health than about the car.
Okay, interesting. Thank you for your opinion. Okay, so we have another student who doesn't like Ferrari. Let me remember. Valeria. Could you switch on your video, Valeria? Are you here? Valeria, are you here? Yeah, it seems that Valeria is not here. Okay, let's do this. If I don't see you, if you switch off your video and I don't see you, I will put a question mark in your presence, because I don't want this that you connect and then you go to do your things. It doesn't mean that you're assisting in my course, and I don't want this. So please don't be upset, but if you behave this way, I will put a question mark on your presence in the present list. We have another student who don't like Ferrari. Ruslan.
Yeah.
You don't like Ferrari and you like Porsche, right?
I didn't say that I didn't like Ferrari, but yeah, I prefer Porsche.
Good. Ruslan, how will you feel if you buy your Porsche and the next day you have an accident and your Porsche is gone?
I think I will be depressed for a couple of weeks or months.
Even months, you will be depressed. Okay, good. And how, Ruslan, how will you feel if you got a promotion for your job? Imagine that you have a job with a wage of, let's say, I don't know, $3,000, and then you got a promotion for, let's say, $5,000, and then your boss informs you that it was a mistake and it's not 5,000 but 4,600. How you will feel about it?
Not 5, but 4,600?
Yeah, so initially he informed you about 5,000 and then 4,600. How you'll feel about it?
Well, I think I didn't like it, but still it's a decent salary, so I think I will be okay.
Okay, so you see, this was an example just to demonstrate you this idea that is written on the slide, this idea of Adam Smith, that we suffer more when we lose than we enjoy what we gain. You see, so if we lost something, Ferrari, Porsche, Hyundai, whatever, we really suffer a lot. We suffer more than if we gain the same amount of money. Like, for example, getting a promotion for job. And the idea is that I give you an example to demonstrate the critiques of the theory of expectation, because you know the neoclassical economic theory says that there is the same utility for losses and for gains. And the behavioral economics says that that's not the case. And don't worry, we'll discuss this later on. This is just an example to give you an example. And what I want to say, I would like to repeat it to underline it, that that this subject, behavioral economics, is very new, but the ideas that we discuss are very old, you know. And in general, I would like to say that the whole story for development of a behavioral economics and experimental economics as a subject, it's quite strange. You know, what I can say is that at the beginning of the last century, 20th century, economists wanted their subjects to become, the real scientific subjects, and that's why they started to use a lot of mathematics in economics. And this is still the case. There is a lot of mathematics. There are a lot of mathematical models in economics, and that's why economists, they didn't want to incorporate psychological insights, because they thought that the real science is the science of mathematics, like physics, like chemistry. And there were some people who are on the slide, for example, Allee or Ellsberg Markowitz, and they tried to attract the attention of the public that economics is about the behavior of people, and it's important to take into account the psychological foundation of their behavior. And so the main job of forming the behavioral economics as a subject was the job of Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky. They both got a Nobel Prize in 2002. And they were, I would say that they were founders of experimental economics. They managed to convince people that we need psychological insight into mathematical models, because otherwise the models cannot predict correctly people behavior, you see. So let me now talk about the methods of behavioral economics. So the main method, not the main, I don't know what is the main. One of the methods is laboratory experiment. Do you have an idea how a laboratory experiment is done? Fyodor?
Yeah.
Fyodor, tell me.
Well, you get some people, and you essentially play a game with them, an economic game, and you observe their behavior, and then you make conclusions. Well, you want so that there are different people in your group. So your group of people is at least roughly representative of the general population.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you, Fyodor. Thank you. Let me add you some points. Fyodor. Okay, yeah, thank you. Further, you rose many important points. So yes, the laboratory experiment is the laboratory is kind of computer class with computers. You call people voluntary participants. Typically, they're students, and as further said, that creates a big issue of responsibility that will be discussed during this course. And this is widely discussed in scientific community. They are invited, they are put in front of a computer. On the computer, they see some instructions to do something. They interact, usually anonymously, with each other through computer, or it might be a pen and paper. It's not necessary should be computer. It might be a pen and paper experiment. When you write something on the paper, then experimenter collect papers, make some calculation, distribute papers again. It may be the case as well. And the experimental analyzes how people think, how people behave. So just to give you to give you an example of a very simple and very widely used ultimatum game, the ultimatum game is a very simple game. So there are two participants, two players, player A, player B, first player, second player. To player A, the experimental gives some amount of money, let's say $100. And the task of player A is to split this $100 between himself and player B. Just let's say two players, Simone and Nikolai. Simone is player A, Nikolai player B. Simone decides how to split this amount between himself and Nikolai. For example, Simone decides that $99 for him and $1 for Nikolai. Then plays Nikolai, and Nikolai decides whether he accepts this split of $1 or not. If Nikolai accepts, everybody leaves the room with this split. Simone of 99, Nikolai of 1. If Nikolai rejects, nobody gets nothing. Nobody gets anything. Okay? This is the ultimatum game. And what the neoclassical economic theory predicts? The neoclassical economic theory predicts that Nikolai should accept any offer above zero, because any amount above zero is better than zero. However, this experiment was run, very widely in many countries with many people in many age group, many socioeconomic group, and it had been shown two things: that people, player A, like Simone, what is the best strategy according to neoclassical economics? What is the strategy of Simone? The strategies of Simone is to give the epsilon, the delta, the very small amount to Nikolai, because he expects that Nikolai will accept any amount above zero. But the experiment was run, and it has been shown that player A tends to give amount of on average of 30% of the cake, and it has been shown that player B tends to reject any amount below 30%. So it varies according to countries, to age group, but on average it's like this. So you see, this is just a simple, very simple example to demonstrate you why neoclassical theory doesn't work and how behavioral economics contributes to predict better human behavior. Is it clear?
Yes.
So this is questions. No questions. So this is one of the method, laboratory experiment. Another method is field experiment. And your homework for today, for next time, will be to read the paper where a very nice field experiment has been done. I hope, I'm pretty sure that you will enjoy reading this paper. So the field experiment is the situation when you go to the field. So not the laboratory of room with computer, but you really go to the field, you go to the university, at the firm, I don't know, whatever, wherever, and you impose some treatment effect to a group of people with whom you interact, and you analyze what you need to analyze. So another thing, I would say that these two methods, laboratory experiment and field experiments, were most popular. However, what also people do, it's so-called natural experiments. This is very nice, but it happens quite rare. So it's for experimenter, for scientists, it's a very nice situation where there is some natural experiment. For example, the legislation was changed, and the experimenter analyzes how people behaved before this change and after this change. So the treatment effect is imposed by nature, not imposed by experimenter, but imposed by nature. And so also the very new field, really new, so it started to develop in European university. In Russia, it doesn't. So in Russia, I don't know this kind of research. Brain scans, you know, it's related to neuroscience. It's kind you put a person and you put something on his head and you try to analyze. For example, you know, there are research that try to follow the eye of a subject. So you follow where he what he watched on the screen, how long he or she pays attention to this or that information. So this kind of methods also exists. Okay, so that's what related to methods of behavioral economics. And now I'm afraid that our time is over. Do you know it's up to 10:50 our class, right? Yeah, that's a pity that we couldn't discuss the things that I planned, but no problem, we'll do it next time. We reached kind of logical conclusion. So we discussed the historical context, we discussed the methods of behavioral economics. Let me now turn to your homework. Okay, so this is your homework. I will send you the slides just after the class on 2 emails that you gave me. So there is this paper, there is the reading list, there is the first paper of Olivier Armentier, Amadou Boli, called Can Corruption Be Studied in the Lab? This is quite recent paper of 2008, but this is very nice paper. There is field experiment and lab experiment. It will be very good for you to work with this paper. So just to tell you that there are other papers that I invite you to read these 4 hours. If you don't know what to do at the evening or during the weekend, you read these papers. But this is not. Obviously, it will increase your skills. It will enlarge your knowledge about experimental economics, but it's up to you. You decide if you want to read it. But the first paper is your homework. This is the paper for what you will gain points. Okay, so how to find the paper? I think you know Google Scholar, right? Nikolai, do you?
Yes, I do.
Yes, so I hope everybody does. So you just go to Google Scholar website, you put the name of the paper and you download it directly. So here there is no problem. You work in groups of 5-6 people, okay? So you decide yourself, you divide yourself in these groups and you inform me by email, you have my email, you write me the composition of your group. Please do it as quickly as you can. If I don't receive, I prefer to receive a composition of groups by Monday. By next Monday, I want to know the composition of your groups. If you don't send me by Monday the composition of groups, I will remind you. Okay? So one group prepares one written report or presentation for this paper. So it's up to you. You decide. Either you write a written report for 2-3 pages. I don't need a lot of pages. I don't have a lot of time, you know. So be as short as you can, or you prepare presentation with the slides. It's up to you. You choose the form that you like. what I want you to be included in the report. So 3 main things. Research question, so why this paper was written. The research question, just formulated in 1 sentence. Methodology and data, so how the data were collected, and main results. Okay, so you read the paper is quite long, but in any paper, long or short, 3 pages or 300 pages, in any paper, there are 3 main things. Research question, methodology, and answer to these research questions. So this is our first exercise to read a scientific paper. So this is what we'll do later. Everybody gives me, every group, not everybody, every group send me the report and receive a grading for this report. So 1 group receives 1 grade, okay? So if there are free riders in your group, it's your problem. It's one of your tasks to avoid free riding, to organize yourself. As I said at the very beginning, I see one of my main job is to teach you to work in groups. That's what I plan to do. So 1 group, 1 grade.
Excuse me.
Yes.
And if we choose to make an a presentation, we will present it or just send it to you?
Yes, that's the last point. During the seminar, next Tuesday we don't have a seminar, we'll replace it, it will be next week or the week later, we'll see later. I will call 1 group selected randomly to the blackboard and you will present this paper. You'll present the paper. If you have a presentation, you will present with a presentation. If you have just a report, you will present with a report. That's not a problem because you have to develop both sets of skills. Because when you go to the job market, when you work in the firm, in the company, in the government, whatever, you will need to be able to present with the slides and without slides. So yes, we will select randomly, we'll take the coin and we'll select randomly 1 group. So far we have only 25 people here. I don't know what other people's plan to participate in this course or not. Yeah, so again.
I think they sleep.
What do you think?
They are sleeping.
I can't hear you, sorry.
It's too early, they are sleeping.
It's too early. Okay. Yeah, so, but as I said, it's up to you to organize groups. You inform, the course is compulsory. So if they're sleeping, it means that they miss the course and will not receive the grade, the good grade. It's their choice. Their preferences are like this, to sleep and not to learn. But it's up to you. You can inform them if they're your friends. You can inform them about this task and you can invite them into this group. But if they prefer to continue to sleep, it's their choice. So it's fine with me. They just not receive these points.
I also believe that many people hope to watch a recording of the election because they didn't expect that election will be that engaging. So maybe that's why.
You know, Father, thank you for telling me this. Yeah, please tell them that their expectation was wrong because, as I said, from very beginning, I spent quite a lot of time to explain you my teaching strategy. So there is no way it doesn't make sense to watch recording because during the election, your task is to actively participate in the lesson. It's not possible to do during the recording, right? So recording doesn't make sense for me. There are so many lectures that have been already recorded. There are so many books that you can read, right? So I will not record the lecture and tell your friends that the participation is compulsory, but that's their choice. If they don't participate, they don't get points, then they go to exam and I check their knowledge on the exam. That's absolutely fine with me. Okay, Vladislav, you have questions?
Me? Not really.
I have a question. Excuse me. May I ask you?
Yes, but please raise your hand because it's otherwise it's difficult for me to find you. Raise your hand, please. Yes, Vera, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, does it mean that we need to be prepared for just tell you the main issue of the article, but that's not obligatory to make a presentation if we are not that group which should send you the presentation? That doesn't mean that we should that we need to be, but
No.
not in written form, for example.
Let me say again, every group should send me presentation or report. Every group should send me presentation or report. Then, when we meet in class at the seminar, we randomly select one group that goes to the blackboard and present the paper. So you don't know in advance which group will present. It means that every group should be prepared for the presentation. Okay?
I see, thank you.
But you know, it's automatically, if you work in the paper, if you enjoy working on the paper, you will be very willing to present it. It will be your, you know, your wish to present it. And you will be disappointed if you're not selected, you know?
So we need to do it to next seminar or what?
Yes, you are supposed to be prepared for a presentation for next seminar, and we don't know yet when it will take place because it's very difficult to find a free slot. Next Tuesday, unfortunately, I'm unavailable, and then I ask to find another slot. It's very difficult, so we'll do it.
So do we need to choose article from ones that you demonstrated before, like five or six articles?
No, Karen, you didn't understand. You have to work, everybody have to work with the first article of Olivier Armentier, Amadou Boli.
So first is obligatory and others is optional, yes?
Our articles are optional. You can read them, you can work off them, you can do whatever with these papers, but this is optional. This is not compulsory.
Okay, I understood you.
Vera, questions? Vera?
Yeah, and if we have not a presentation, for instance, and we decide to write an report, that means that we will present it orally.
Yes, yes, exactly. Other questions?
So it's okay that we are all working with the same article, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so guys, if there are no questions, let's stop here. By Monday, I'm waiting the composition of your groups. Please send me an email, and if you have other questions, if you have individual questions, please send me an email. Yeah, but I think it's better if you send an email from your group email, because this way it's more effectively in the sense that everybody can see the answer, and you don't ask me 10 times the same. Okay, but if you really need to ask some confidential, no problem, send me an individual email.
Just a moment, you had two more bullet points on the previous slide, like about some examples and something.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. I forgot about it. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, there are two more points that I want you to do, also in groups. So find an example when people around you, everybody, your family members, your friends, yourself, behave not rationally. This is easy. Just think about it, discuss in your groups, and find 3 examples. And also another point, what do you expect from this course? and which topics you'd like to cover during this course. So probably you heard previously something about behavioral economics. So it doesn't mean that if you write me something, I will necessarily change the whole structure of my course and include these topics. However, I'm quite flexible. And if I see that most of you have some specific preferences, I will try to adjust my course in order to respect your preferences. So please pay attention. This is for you, it's not for me. If you have some specific interests, some specific preferences, please write this. Also in groups. So this is your homework. And
like we write a letter to you with it, or like included on some other page in the report, or
this is a good question, and sorry that I didn't mention it. I want you to prepare one PDF file with everything. The name of this PDF file should be your group, your name, your surnames, and the date of the homework today, September 3. And yes, and you send me everything included. You send me on my mail, and let's set up the deadline next Friday. So next Friday, September 10, is the deadline for this homework. Is it okay with you?
Yeah, it's okay.
Perfect. I think we're done. If you have other questions, please don't hesitate to write me, and I will reply.
Next Friday, 12 o'clock in the evening.
Say it again.
Next Friday is the deadline, and about hours, it's about 12 o'clock in the evening, I think. Yeah?
Yeah, let's say 12 o'clock in the evening, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your presence, and have a nice day.
Thank you, bye.
Thank you, goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, goodbye.
Thank you. Have a good day, bye.